If you're an immigrant, you can probably relate to this. The idea that your current life today has been heavily influenced by your family. You see, for many of us, our parents sacrificed so much for us to have the experiences, academic experiences we have. And so, because they worked so hard and sometimes they didn't really live their own personal dreams, many other times their dreams, they have lived their dreams through us. And what sometimes can happen when that happens is that our dreams and theirs, our thoughts are there are so commingled, and it can get to a point as a woman that you actually don't know who you are. You've been so out of touch of what you've wanted to do. You've got the job, you've had the husband, you've got married, you've raised your kids, and then sort of instead of doing what you need to do, you're busy running around helping other people because deep inside, there's this conflict inside yourself, but you don't want to yield to those thoughts and feelings because you're afraid. You're afraid about what people are going to think. You're afraid that you might make a mistake. You're afraid of changing and how your family or other people around you will react. But the reality is, we only have this life to live. And when it's been said, this book I read recently about somebody who was taking a caregiver of people who in their last stages of their life. And one of the things, she wrote a book about it. I don't remember the book, but overarching thing, she talks about 5 regrets people had. And really the key theme across the stories she heard from these older people who were passing on, who were in the process of dying, was that what they regretted was not what they did, it's what they failed to do. How they did not keep up with friends, how they did not live their life they wanted to live, and how maybe they worked so hard and really weren't spending time around their family and friends. And so it behooves us in our second stage of our life, when we've done the work of taking care of the kids, to really sit back and revisit those dreams we've had in our childhood and think about what of those dreams can you bring to life. Because there's nothing as sad as thinking about, like, in our taking our last breath, we're kind of wishing we'd done this, that, or the other. And what really does make us feel sort of frustrated is having that little voice inside of you where you question whether you're living the life you're supposed to live. But the only way to know is to really sit back and revisit, spend some quiet time to really think about what you want this second half of your life to be. What are your fears? What are you really afraid of? And why are you afraid of those? Why are you afraid? Why do you have those fears? Are any of those things fears that you can tackle? But there's so much to say whenever you have a fear and you overcome that fear. If it's fear of heights, finding some little way to overcome that fear. Because when you succeed in an area which you've always been afraid of actually tackling, that gives you the courage to also take a move in the direction where you're choosing you over choosing others and having other people's decision, other people's thoughts, reign over your personal choice. Another thing that's so important for us to be able to reach those, go after the goals which we have put to rest or we're put on hold, is that we have to make time to do things that are important to us. Once we get clear about what it is we want to do, what things we want to pursue, it enables us to start to say no to the things that don't serve us well, no to the commitments that you're really tired of, you don't want to do anymore. And it starts to give us the energy and the strength by taking those small steps. So, in summary, if you're like me, have been raised, if coming from as an immigrant, had your family make a lot of choices for you? You have this opportunity in this second half of your life to start to do the things you've always wanted to do. And there's nothing wrong to really do the things if you're always thought of doing for yourself, because that's how in the end you feel fulfilled and you bring joy to your life and you bring joy to other people. So I love to hear some of the things that you're thinking about. If there are things that you've been thinking of pursuing, anything you've been afraid of, what are those things? What is the one thing you can start to do to tackle? For me, it was something as simple as just start to let my hair gray. And from that, letting my hair gray, it started to give me, it's been a small win for me because I like to blend in and not have to stand out. It's been a small win for me that's really helping me to start to go over the things I've been so afraid to do. Please like this video, follow me, and subscribe, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.